Hold on, this is Kapaya.
Open tonight. The owner's telling me they won't allow a few bad apples to disrupt their service to this community.
Shalom. This is Kapaya, a.k.a. Pops, out of GMS Chicago, with a brief sit-down. Before I get started, though, like always, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, to the apostles and elders of GMS out of New York, the elder bishops out of Connecticut. I want to send double honors because they do rule well. For the brethren around the world, push this truth uncut, unfiltered, give you the good, the bad, the ugly of the scriptures, directly breaking down the precepts and the prophecies and the interaction with the people on the planet. A hearty shalom. For the hopeful elect, I hope this is edifying. But for the akwaf, the few and the true, that is not going to be shown or labeled in among these type of women, which is going to be the majority, because the majority of the people, especially here in America, the 2/3 that's going to be destroyed is going to be women, because there's more women than it is men on the planet. That's by nature. But so with that being said, you can see it. Chicago waitress brutally attacked. Okay, you've got waitress battered by 2 women inside Pilsen.
That's right. Well, details are limited.
Okay.
Are limited at this time, but Chicago police.
This thing will not let me touch anything without it wanting to go on straight sensitive mode.
New tonight at 10.
You see?
10 video shows up.
And everybody reported on this. So I'm just trying to show you, like I said, this is a whole thing.
Police are investigating after a...
So anyway,
after a waitress is...
I'm going to let this play through, and I'm going to put some scriptures to it, because it don't look like I'm going to get a chance to really kind of just show you to the extent of, this being reported and whatnot. So these women, these hyenas, as Apostle Tahar and Apostle Gabar, and I would even call them, is trying to tell you that this black woman is a low piece of dirt, a low piece of work and dirt on the planet right now, and they have no shame in what it is they do. They got this boss bitch mentality, and they think that they can run around and just do whatever the hell they want without there being any consequences. But like I said, at the same time that you got something like this happening, you got the Lord in the background, Yahweh Shai, setting them up to humble their ass and make Isaiah 4:1 come into play. But anyway, I'll let this one go. It's only 2 minutes long, so let's let it go.
Allegedly beaten by 2 women inside a Pilsen restaurant. And it was all caught on camera. Nate Rogers is live to tell us what happened. Nate? Yeah, that's right, Terrence and Sylvia. A really disturbing video that we're about to show you. You definitely want to brace yourself. The owner of this Pilsen restaurant says they pride themselves on great tasting food and good margaritas. He says in nearly 10 years, he's never had his staff attacked until now. Take a look at this god-awful video. This is from that very vicious brawl. 2 female customers upset about their food order, stumping and...
As you can see, it is the so-called black woman, and I will say black because they void of any kind of light, darkness, reasoning, or understanding. Okay, so I will call them black women.
Punching a female waitress multiple times. It happened this past Friday evening inside El Taco Azteca along West Cermak Road. The owner tells me the customers had returned to the restaurant demanding money back after being dissatisfied with their food. Video captured the attackers throwing things in the business, trying to pull down decorations as well. That's when the waitress confronted them before she was punched. Here's more from the owner. They come in to order some tacos, also some margaritas, and for to go. So after like 5 to 10 minutes, they leave. They come back and they come in. This almost finished the food. They not coming with the margaritas, so they said the tacos is not good. So they wanted the money back. Regular, my employees know when some people like that. So just give me the money back. That's the more correct because I don't want it probably like that.
And we do know that that waitress is still recovering. We learned that she's 21 years old. She's only been working here, guys, about 5 months.
Okay, so you see what I'm saying? So you got people japping out and snapping out about these things. And like I said, a couple things here, a couple things here, a couple things there, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 blah. Okay?
A waitress in Pilsen was reportedly
Okay.
beaten over a...
But I'm not going to get too far into that, like I said, because, like I said, you know, we done seen we saw the thing where the Latina was talking about blacks or so-called African Americans, the basically dark-skinned Israelites, stealing the black gym shoes and this, that, and other out of Family Dollar as well, and she wound up getting fired. But just like I said, this is this Willie Lynch divide and conquer thing, which our people are not aware of, and so they play along and go into the bait that's been set out here by this Edomite since the beginning. But like I said, you know, you want to try to get some free food, you add a couple margaritas, you bought some tacos, and you go out and you eat the bulk of that shit, then you want to come back and try to get all your money back. You know, it's basically a scam. Well, everybody in the scams, women tell you that all the time. They're looking for scammers and this, that, and the other. So, you know, that's what you're looking at. So let's put some scriptures on this. I'm going to run a bunch of scriptures at you real quick and whatnot to get you to understand it. This isn't new. These women have always been this way, and this, that, and the other. So let's go here. Let me go to Sirach first. Let's see. Yeah, let me go to Sirach. Ecclesiasticus. Let's go to 25. And let's start at about 13 and just bounce around through that one a little bit. 25, starting at verse 13. Give me any plague but the plague of the heart, and any wickedness but the wickedness of a woman. Like I said, so what happened? They ganged up, decided they didn't want to pay for their food, and they went back and they stumped this Latina, this Northern Kingdom out. She had only been working out for 5 months or whatever, this, that, and other. But, you know, like you said, you see what it is. And they talk back to men as well. And if you don't have the kahunas to push them up off of you and get them up off of you, they'll punk a man if he ain't strong willed and just ain't gonna accept no bullshit from him. Verse 16, I'd rather dwell with the lion and the dragon than to keep house with the wicked woman. You know, they want to, and you saw what it is. The girl was in there in her fucking gray sweats. You know, she wasn't modestly dressed. She wasn't trying to be humble. She wasn't trying to, you know, come in and just get a meal and whatnot and go about their business. No, they was out there gadding abroad on bullshit, and that's what they was doing, okay? Verse 17, the wickedness of a woman changes her face and darkens her countenance like sackcloth. Go back and look at the picture. Like I said, pull it up for yourself and look at it. You know, all you gotta do is a waitress attacked in the Chicagoland area. You saw my stuff come up, and they show it. They were smiling while they was doing this. Okay, they were smiling. So you smile and get ready to whoop somebody's ass and this, that, and the other. Now, don't get me wrong. We gonna be smiling in the kingdom as we beat motherfuckers' asses. But that's gonna be under the guidance and the righteousness of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. You know, we suffered it, so we gonna get a chance to do it. But right now is not that time as well. Okay, so you know you gotta wait for it, like the book of Habakkuk says. You know, the prophecy is for a particular time. Okay, and it ain't. It has it's fast. It's quickly approaching, but it isn't here yet. Sirach 25:19. All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman. That the portion of a sinner fall upon her. So don't say what I just said. What I said earlier. That like I said, the bulk of the people that's gonna be dying and whatnot is going to be women because there's more women than men. So the 2/3 that the scriptures speak of shall die. The bulk of that is going to be women because the bulk of the Israelites is women. Okay, let's go down here to 24. Of the woman came the beginning of sin, and through her we all died. Okay, she couldn't keep she couldn't keep the lesson that Yahweh Shah has set down here. Okay, couldn't keep the law that was given them, and just not talk to this one particular individual. Okay, because that's what it was. The tree of good and evil, knowledge. It was a knowledge. Here's what you're not supposed. And don't fuck with this motherfucker because it wasn't a talking snake. Don't talk to this motherfucker because he go tell you some shit and have your ass go off. And that's exactly what happened. Okay. Give her no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. What was they out? They was out kicking it, right? You know, at the spot, this, that, and other. Should have been some male supervision there, so they wouldn't be out there on no dumb shit. But that's not the time we living in. We in Esau's kingdom where these women are given ample opportunity and free time to go out there and pull dumb shit and not feel accountable or responsible for none of it. They think that everything is hunky dory. They should get away from pulling all that shit. This is chapter 26. I'm going to go to verse 7. Start at 7. An evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that hath hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. Come on now. Females being compared to a scorpion. You got your hands on her, she's going to turn on you. Okay? And snap you up and pop you off. Verse 9, the whoredom of a woman may be known by her haughty looks and eyelids. Like you said, what was going on? That female was out there in scantily clad clothing and this, that, and the other. You know, so it should be the same one that's got that tight ass shit on, and then the guy say, "What's up?" You know, can I get at you? Can I holler at you? And this, that, and other. She like, no, nigga. You know, like I said, but the nigga that she want, yeah, you see what I'm saying? And this, that, and other. She might run across a couple motherfuckers in the course of a day, and ain't no telling how many she gonna let hit, because they out here like that. They want a body count greater than the men. So they on bullshit out here too right now. Okay. Let me go down to verse 25 in this. Oh, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, and a female dog in heat. Y'all know what she's called. But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. And one that's got some morals and character about herself knows that she wants to be low key. She doesn't want to draw a bunch of attention to herself out here. Life is hard. Shit is rough out here. And you go try to draw attention to yourself, you looking for bullshit. Okay? Proverbs 31, verse 3. Proverbs 31 and 3. Give not thy strength to a woman, nor thy ways to that which destroyeth kings. Give not thy strength to women. Okay? And there's a lot of motherfuckers locked up right now because they gave their strip to a woman. Woman went out there on some dumb shit, popped out, said some fucked up shit. Motherfucker checked her, and then she went and got a man to stand up for her, and this, that, and other, and got this man all caught up and shit. So you don't give your strip to a woman. I've been telling motherfuckers here quite recently and whatnot. And you don't get a chance to go out here and stand on my nuts. You know what I'm saying? You don't get a chance to do that. You watch how you conduct yourself when a motherfucker ain't around, because like I said, I'm not feeling like coming and bailing nobody out or this, that, and the other on no motherfucking level, or any of that. Okay. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. Okay. This is 31. Hold on, did I do Proverbs? Let me double check. Proverbs. Proverbs 3 and 3. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I read that. Okay, 3 and 3. Okay, let's go to Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes 7. Started about verse 25 and read through a little bit of this. Ecclesiastes 7, starting at about 25. And this is written by Solomon, so peep what he's saying. You know, who is Yahweh Shai, you can receive it. All right, who another lifetime. But this is verse 25. I applied my heart to know and to search. So I don't want to basically Solomon was getting all the wisdom and whatnot. He was already the wisest king because he had asked for wisdom, and the Lord said, because you asked for, I'm going to give you the wisdom and I'm going to give you wealth. Okay, so here we go. I applied my heart, which is lahab, mind, to know and to search and to seek out wisdom and the reasons of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and mad. I wanted to know this stuff to the point where it don't make no motherfucking sense that niggas doing this type of shit. But that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to know both ends, to be a righteous judge. Okay, this is why we have to go through this, to be righteous judges. Okay, and I found more bitter than death the woman. So he said, more bitter than death is to have a woman have access to you like that. Okay, whose heart, again, in mind, is snares and nets. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want you to blow a bag on this. I want you to blow a bag on that. Blah, 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 blah. These women are out here fucked up. And their hands is bands whose pleas of God shall escape from her. The Lord said, if you want to please me, get your ass away from these women because they'll have your ass go the fuck off. Look at Adam. Okay. But the sinner shall be taken by her. But these dumb motherfucking niggas, like I said, a lot of niggas locked up in the motherfucking county jail and penitentiaries and whatnot behind trying to prove they love for some fucking broad that as soon as you got locked up, she probably called that nigga over and said, okay, I can give you the ass now. He locked up. Bullshit. See what I'm saying? Verse 27, behold, this have I found, said the preacher, counting one by one to find out the account, which my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found. Found what? To be able to avoid the bullshit, to actually use the scriptures and have his head on straight and be able to avoid the dumb shit that's out here. But okay. Counting one by one to find the count, which is okay, among all I have not found. He said, which yet my soul seeketh, but I find not. One man among 1,000 have I found, but a woman among all those have I not found. So he had 700 wives and 300 concubines. So basically, through just his household, he found out that all of them had some motherfucking character flaw that was fucked up, that made them be fucked up, and this, that, and the other. So yeah, so this ain't no good. This ain't no good. And these women want to be left alone and told that they can do whatever the fuck they want to do. And then when they get that opportunity, they fuck it up. This is Job. Hold on. This is Job 2. I'm going to go straight to the point, 9 and 10. Job's wife was married to the richest man in the East. Okay? And what did she do? When the Lord decided to put Job to the test, because he knew Job would pass, and he just wanted to let this devil get a chance to get at him, and because it strengthened Job, okay? But here's what it is, Job 2, verse 9, okay? Okay. Okay, I'm going to start at 7. So went Satan forth from the presence of Yahweh and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot into his crown. Okay, so Job, this is where Job is getting put to the test. Being put through the ringer. Okay, look at what's being said by the woman though. Verse 9. Then said his wife unto him, dost thou still retain thy integrity? Curse God and die. Okay, let him just take your ass out. He said, I ain't trying to do that. He said, no, this is what I'm on. Okay. What he say? But he said to her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaking. So what was Solomon looking for? A woman that had wisdom, had some knowledge. He said he only found one among 1,000 men, and he didn't find any of those among 1,000 women. So there was no woman that was virtuous around Solomon. Okay? All right? See what we got. 9 and 10. 10. But he said to her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh, and shall not receive evil? In all this did not Job sin with his lips. Okay? So he didn't say nothing bad. He didn't go against the grain. Why this guy isn't this? Why this guy isn't that? He didn't do none of that. He just kept on plugging, saying, the Lord, I'm going to stand up on my watch, basically, and I'm going to see what I'll say when he slay me, period. Then this is where our mindset's got to be. No matter what the Lord brings to us, we got to be ready to stand up and fight through it, if all possible. And if not, then that's the way the Lord chose for us to die, because not one of us is going to die a death that wasn't thought of at first by Yahweh Bashem Shah. Period. So I hope that's edifying for you to understand. And like I said, these women losing their mind, this is all part of one of the signs. So with that, I want to send all praises, honor, and glory out to Yahweh Bashem Shah, Bashem Krapakatah, to the apostles and elders again of GMS out of New York and the elder bishops out of Connecticut, a hearty shalom, and for the hopeful elect, a hearty shalom to the hopeful elect, but for the rest of the world, a bar.